When you manage Azure at scale, you need a clear way to control who can do what and where. That's where Azure role-based access control comes in. In this model, every role assignment consists of three things: a security principal, a role definition, and a scope. But what makes Azure RBAC powerful is how it lets you assign these roles at different layers of the Azure hierarchy. Let's walk through it using the diagram you see here. At the very top, you've got management groups. If your organization has many Azure subscriptions, you'll want to group them together for unified policy and role management. By assigning a role at the management group level, you're essentially saying, this access applies to everything beneath, every subscription, resource group, and resource. It's broad and strategic. Use this level when you're defining roles for people who need enterprise-wide visibility or control, like cloud architects, governance teams, or security leads. Next, you drop down to the subscription level. A subscription is like a container for all the Azure resources you use. Assigning a role at this level means you're giving access to everything inside that subscription, every resource group and every resource underneath. This is a good scope for your cloud operations teams or billing administrators who need full control of the subscription without touching other parts of your environment. Now you get more granular with resource groups. These are logical groupings of related resources, like the virtual machines, databases, and storage used by a single app. You assign a role here when someone needs access to just one environment or workload. For example, let's say you're working with a dev team responsible for an internal app. Instead of giving them access to the entire subscription, you assign their role at the resource group level. Now they get just what they need. Finally, there's the most precise level, the resource itself. These are the building blocks, like a virtual machine, a storage account, or a database. Assigning a role at this level is like saying, you can only touch this one asset. This is ideal when you're working with automation scripts, third-party vendors, or roles like DBAs who only need access to one resource. By understanding the role assignment hierarchy, you gain powerful control over Azure. You can give broad access when needed or zoom in for surgical precision. And the best part? Access is inherited down the hierarchy. If you assign a role at the subscription level, it automatically applies to all resource groups and resources within that subscription. But with great power comes great responsibility, so always follow the principle of least privilege. Assign roles only at the level that's truly necessary. So, what's your key takeaway? The key to mastering Azure role assignment is to always ask yourself three questions. First, who am I granting access to? Second, what do I want them to do? Third, where do they need that access? Use this hierarchy wisely, and you'll be able to secure your Azure environment without slowing anyone down.